Quadcast. What 20 years of disability has taught me. We help people overcome adversity and find freedom through writing. Why am I writing all this? Just recently, I had somebody ask me, if you could tell yourself anything back then, some crucial wisdom to help you on your journey, what would it be? And, this really got me thinking. I've been overcoming adversity, or at least trying to, for most of my adult life. And over recent years, I've been studying it too. Admittedly, I was looking for my answers, and sure, I did find a few. Yet, in most part, I had to trailblaze my own path. I could never find the resources that I needed. Actually, I'm not sure if the comprehensive adversity guide that I desired was ever out there. So maybe I do know a thing or two, about adversity anyhow. So some of the points I make may make sense, may resonate. Well, I bloody hell hope so. Still, bad jokes aside, the plan of attack with this book extravaganza is to share some stories, a few laughs, a random array of thoughts, many of the principles I've learned. Maybe talk about boobs a bit. Okay, maybe not, darn it. All whilst providing some food for thought for us both. But most importantly, I'm going to try and write all this in a very specific way and follow a very specific pattern. Or at least this is what I'm going to try to do. I much prefer free writing and to just see what comes. But truthfully, I think structure is what's needed here. What I'm trying to create here is an adversity guidebook, albeit very loosely, as it has to fit in with my own story, obviously. So, this comprehensive adversity guide, maybe to find it, you'll need to do a little bit of reading between the lines, but I will try my best. I might even chuck in a few theory sections between the bullshit. My story. Only as far as pulling this guide thing off, I'm not even sure if this is possible as everyone's experience is so different. But again, I will try my best. So the journey to make adversity okay is really the crux of things here. And loosely making a blueprint, and I'm sure many of you reading this are hopeful, it will provide some guidance. But this is my journey, and only the first installment. So this comprehensive adversity guide will develop only as my journey does. Keep this in mind also. Regardless, beyond all these altruistic notions above, here's one of those theory bits. You see, straight up, I want to address one thing. It is undeniable that certain people deal with adversity or hardship much better than others. Some people even bounce back better than others. Only what is it, then, that sets these people apart? Big noses, chubby cheeks, leather skin. What are these defining characteristics? Well, obviously I'm not God, and everybody is different. But from my experience, it's the people who can embrace the present and manage their fears. They're the ones who tend to fare much better. Or even someone who can live with uncertainty and let go of control, maybe. Or even put up with discomfort. Plus, to get back to some fairy dust stuff, it's also about people who share expressions of love, as in doing things for good, not because of a fear of death or alike. Expressing things like this completely recalibrates an individual. Perception is everything. Furthermore, and I suppose getting a bit more back on track with this guidebook romance, I have found an undeniable thread running through a variety of adversity scenarios. I believe this thread may even be the linchpin to successfully coping. This thread has definitely helped me. Now, obviously, this is not an absolute either. Heartache is heartache, and I won't even pretend to be a mind reader and understand your pain. Yet I do believe that some of the patterns contained within will be useful, or at least provide a starting point for those looking to overcome the adversity they face. You see, life is primarily built on systems and habits, rituals even, and recognizing and changing some of these behaviors may be just enough to give some breathing room or shift a perspective entirely. Or if you're lucky, as I have been, adversity can be a blessing in disguise. My intention is to summarize these threads throughout the book, running alongside my own personal story. Or, fingers crossed, this is how it will all evolve,